Welcome to my home office. It's May 20th, 2020. This is week 9 of the quarantine here in Massachusetts. And today with the Ann MarketWatch, I am going to attempt to answer a couple of the questions that Bob and Sue and I are asked all the time. Number one is, what's going on with the market? And number two is, we're thinking about buying or we're thinking about selling. How can we do this without getting hurt? How do we time this? So the first question is a lot easier to answer because we have data. We can tell what's happening with the market. To help with the data, I recently met a man by the name of Mike Del Prete. Mike is a global real estate tech strategist, and he's come up with this graph that I absolutely love. It's so simple. It basically shows that we had a crash. Sorry to use the word, but we crashed. We had a period of time along the bottom, and then we have a period of recovery. And different parts of the country, different parts of the world, different parts of Cape Ann are at different points here in the graph. But sooner or later, it will pass. And things are happening right now that are making me feel very optimistic. Let me show you what I mean by that. First off, again, a big shout out to Mike Del Prete. This is Mike, and his website is mikedp.com, and you can get his graphs, etc. there. One of my favorite graphs is the new listings year-over-year graph. And the reason this is one of my favorites is because if we don't have anything to sell, we don't have a market. And the market in Denver right now, or 2 weeks ago when this graph was done, is down 16%. And that's the number of homes on the market available for sale. That's not the prices. That's the number of homes available for sale. Boston was down 36%. Now, Boston has shifted, as you'll see in a screen that I have a little bit further on here, but New York is still really low, 62% down under last year. So New York is having a hard time. But again, New York was hit a lot harder by the virus than we were. And another thing I noticed here, and by the way, if you're looking at this on Mike's site, you can plug in any city that you want just by clicking at the bottom and pick the cities that you want. So, but another thing I noticed is these are all big metropolitan areas. Denver is the least down. It's it's out in the mountains. So the city folk are having a lot harder time than not the Denver's country folk. Please don't take that the wrong way, Denver. But they're not as densely populated as these other areas. So let's narrow it down a little bit to Cape Ann and to Boston. Boston, these were updated yesterday. Boston's down 23% as opposed to what it showed on the graph here, which 2 weeks ago was 36%. So Boston's coming back. Whether it's really on here or it's just a little blip along the bottom, we don't know yet. We'll know more in the next couple of 3 weeks. Essex County is down 37%. And remember, this is the number of homes for sale, the market itself. Pricing, I've done that as well. Median price 600,000, median price 619. I like to call that the seller's hope. So anything that was on the market last year was at 600, the median price, and this year it's 620. Cape Ann down 38% individually by town. Rockport 31, Gloucester 56, Manchester 14, Essex half the number of listings on the market, 14 last year, 7 this year, and Beverly down 42%. So those are the number of listings that are on the market right now. The number of properties that are going under contract right now are about the same percentage-wise as they were last year. It's right around 40%. So the number of properties going under contract is a lot lower because there just aren't that many properties on the market. However, the velocity, the percentage is about the same. That's why the pricing is about the same, I believe. So that kind of speaks to the how's the market side of the question. The second question, we want to buy or we want to sell. How do we do this intelligently? Well, buying or selling is very emotional. And if you're in fear of seeing people, then you're not going to be able to look at a home that someone's living in. If you don't want people coming into your home that you're living in, you're not going to be able to put it on the market. It's been my experience that no one buys a house in New England, or at least on Cape Ann, without going over the threshold. No one, so that means you can't sell it and you can't buy it unless people actually come over, even though we have actually come over the threshold, even though we have photographs and online, all kinds of drone shots and videos and virtual tours and doll houses and Matterports and things. The last thing somebody wants to do is come across the threshold before they buy it. And so that has to happen. If you're okay with the safety protocols in place that we have, and everybody's gloved up and masked up, and when we show a house now, the lights are already on, you don't have to touch a thing. We barely have to, turn a knob to get into the house and walk around it. If you're okay with that, we can show you a home, or we can show your home while you're out sitting in your car. If you're not okay with that, then if you're not living in the home, we can put it on the market. If you only want to look at homes that are empty, we can help you with that too. So that kind of speaks to the emotional side. How do we do this intelligently? More will be revealed. That's all I can tell you right now. We've never been in a situation like this before. The data keeps coming in. The way things occur keep changing. 2 months ago, we were worried about being able to close homes. In other words, the paperwork, the registry of deeds, how do we do that remotely? That's been solved. That problem's been solved. How do we notarize paperwork? That's been solved. That can be done remotely. Wire transfers have been around for a long time. Appraisals can be done, drive-by appraisals can be done now. So the transaction can be pretty much accomplished without being face-to-face with anyone, if that's where your level of comfort is, and anywhere in between as well. So we're here to help. Whatever you want to do, let us know. I'm Kenny MacCarthy. You can find me at kennymccarthy@gmail.com. Have a great day.